The reason that I'm using a curled thread versus a straight thread is I want it to give a little bit more bounce and a little bit more definition, a little bit more of a lift.
Hi, my name is Lexi Donato, and I'm getting a lip thread lift done today. I live in Los Angeles. I own a brand called LDLA, also known as LD Los Angeles, and we're all about empowering women and making women feel beautiful in their own skin. It's no longer about a beauty standard to look like someone else. It's more about redefining your own beauty. So why not have a lip thread lift? Because if it's something that you're comfortable with and you already love yourself, it's just gonna enhance that overall feeling. And so that's why I'm doing this.
I'm Dr. Sheila Nazarian. I'm a board-certified plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. I'm basically a plastic surgeon influencer. It's kind of like the Oprah's list of plastic surgery up in my office. But if I was speaking to somebody and they didn't know what plastic surgery was, my answer would be that I help men and women regain their confidence. People joke that plastic surgeons are therapists with a knife, but we're really not. For some people, if there's a lot going on at home or they have a lot of stuff happening on the inside, no matter what I do on the outside, they're never gonna be happy. Giving people the gift of confidence has ripple effects in their lives. I'm not just affecting that one person, making one person comfortable and feel great about themselves, that's gonna affect everyone around them.
So I've had a little bit of lip filler in the past, so really I want to see the difference. Ideally, I want more volume all around my lips and just have it be mostly even and shapely. I found out lip threading through the internet. The first time I heard about it, I thought it was, the threads that you use to remove hair. Turns out it's not.
Lip threads are also sometimes known as the Cupid's bow lift. Now that's because this area up top where you have a peak, a dip, a peak, and then it comes down is known as the Cupid's bow. So a lot of times people flatten out there or they lose definition. So by placing a thread here and a thread here, it's kind of giving people that bow shape back.
I 100% will demand numbing. Even if she's like, we're not gonna numb you today, I'm gonna be like, no, wait, you're numbing me.
You see how you got that little line right there? And you have a little bit of a line right there too. I call that a lip and a lip. So my goal for you today, and let me know if you're on board, because if you want fullness in the lip, I would use an HA filler. I would use like a dermal filler. But if you just want that border sort of filled and a little bit more border definition, I think that's when the threading comes in. Which I think is perfect for you, because you have full, beautiful lips. We just want a little bit more definition to fill that lip and a lip, and also to give you a little bit of a more defined border. When it comes to certain types of procedures, I need the patient sitting, but when it comes to lip threads, I wanna make sure the patients are super comfortable. So I'm gonna lay Lexi down in a reclined position to make sure that she's as relaxed and as comfortable as possible. First, I'm going to numb Lexi's face. The lips can be a little bit sensitive, so giving them a dental block with some lidocaine, some local anesthesia, is really gonna help her not feel pain when I get started on the threading itself.
Oh, I know. Okay, good job.
Now I'm making a small hole at the corner of Lexi's lips, which I can use to place the threads both in her upper lip and her lower lip. Right now, I'm placing the thread into Lexi's upper lip and really making sure that it's in the perfect location to give her that lifted Cupid's bow and a defined border. Now I'm going to thread Lexi's lower lip to fill in that lip and a lip, that little indentation that shows that she's had some deflation in the last few years. Even though we call it lip threading, this is not something you would use to sew your clothes up at home. This is actual suture material, which is sterile, very similar to what we use in surgery to sew wounds together, and that has predictable long-term results. Lips give a certain youthfulness and a sexiness to the face. So if you look at a person's face and they're overdone with their lips or look unnatural, out of proportion, that's not a good lip, no matter what shape it is, how good it looks in a close-up shot. What you want is a lip to complement the rest of the face, but not to distract from looking straight into someone's eyes.
It looks so good.
It looks really good.
Oh my goodness. It's so natural.
When I looked in the mirror for the reveal, I feel like I would have wanted a little bit more volume, but I found out that that's not what the thread does, so that's okay. And I love, love, love my lips now. I think my pout is a lot more pretty.
Lip fillers I find in the lips last about 3 to 6 months. The lips are red for a reason. There's so much blood supply in the lips, and that helps break down filler faster, unfortunately. Lip threading may last a little bit longer because as the thread is dissolving, you're actually building some collagen around it. So while you definitely need to maintain it, I think that it's kind of additive a little bit, that collagen build. As the lip deflates, you start to get this little indentation along the inside of your lip. And when patients walk in, that's how I know, wait a second, their lip actually used to be bigger. So for me to increase the volume is not to make them look different than what they did 5 or 10 years ago. It's actually just to turn back the clock a little bit and take them back to what they actually look like themselves when they were younger.
When I had filler, my recovery period was super long and super dramatic. My lips look like duck lips. And that's what's really cool about like the lip thread. You see the results right away and super minimal bruising. I only had a tiny little bruise on my actual lip just the next day. And really with lip gloss, you couldn't even notice.
When I was placing Lexi's lip threads, I wanted to make sure that I was being as gentle and precise as possible. I think one thing that has led me to be a really great threader and also injector is that I treat every needle like a knife. So just because I'm not using a knife and I'm using a lip thread or I'm using a needle, the same respect for the tissue and the skin needs to be maintained so that you get the best results and the least amount of downtime.
I would never get lip threading done again just because of the pain. I love the results of it and I'm super happy with how natural it looks and just that it gave my lips a little bit more shape to them. Dr. Sheila Nazarian was such a delight. I think with any procedure going in, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking and she just has such a calming spirit about her. Despite it being very painful, she made it very, very easy to be there and to feel like you're being taken care of.
Thanks for watching Refinery29. To watch more videos, click here, and to subscribe, click here.